Well, I've gone and done it again. I bought another Buick. A buddy of mine had it at his place, and he was going to scrap it out. It still ran and drove, so I said, hey, I'll buy it. So I brought it home last weekend. I haven't really looked at it yet. It's been parked here. As you can see, it's a little rusty underneath, but yeah, whatever. For a few $100, I couldn't pass it up. Like I said, I haven't really looked it over real well, but I know there's quite a few things wrong with it. I'll just go through the list. That mirror, obviously, as you can see, is broken. The trunk popper doesn't work. The blinkers don't blink, either one of them, but I'm sure I can fix that. If you go in here and look at the filler neck, this plastic piece is all broke out of it, but I should be able to pull one off one of the other cars and make that work. It needs rear brakes. Power seat here doesn't work. Found that out when I tried to move it. He says the battery is kind of weak, and it looks to be. So I don't know if it's got a parasitic drain or if it's just that bad of a battery. The tires are iffy at best, but they're all right. They'll do. Obviously, those are not the stock rims. There's a noise coming from the accessory side of the engine, and I think what that is low power steering fluid. So I may have a leak there. I'll have to look into that later on. There's something wrong with the front end. It just doesn't feel right when you drive. Something's loose in there, so I'll have to jack that up and look at it. The grill's broken. Not a big deal. And the biggest problem that I saw or noticed with it was when it's running, you can hear a noise, not very loud, but there's a noise coming from the transmission. And my brother's car had that same noise to it, and it got louder and louder and louder for over 3-4 months maybe. And then finally his transmission didn't move. And I think with his car, the problem was pump failure. Now, I haven't looked at his car since it stopped moving, but that's just a guess of mine. It started to go, and then he kept driving it, and it went. So I'm hoping this isn't the problem. I'll probably end up dropping the transmission pan and looking at that, looking at the filter, put new fluid and filter in it, and see if that maybe helps make that go away. But so far, as I'm looking at it, it's not too bad of a car. I don't think it'll fire up. It's been sitting for almost a week, but we'll give it a try anyway. Nope, not enough. We'll have to charge that up and see if we can't get it to go. I mean, it's not the greatest car in the world, but it'll work, I think. A little dirty, but I'll get on that. Trunk popper don't work. Seats don't work. I don't know what else doesn't work. I haven't looked at it, but I'm not going to pull that into the garage just yet and start working on it, because I got me some new lights. So I'm going to hang them lights, and I'll make a video on that. And then I have to fix that truck. I have to put a serpentine belt in it, and then we can pull this in and look at it. But I'll throw it on the charger for now, and get back to you when we can start it. Alright, I had it on the charger for a little while. Let's see if it was on there long enough to get it started. Hopefully it was. Oh yeah, no problem. See, it don't run too bad. Looks like it's got 249,000 miles on it though. Yeah, no big deal there. Not too worried. Let's see if we can hear them noises. I don't know how well it'll show up on camera, or sound on camera. Everything always sounds different for whatever reason. Yeah, there's something down there making noise. I don't know if it's because I'm low on power steering fluid, or if it's one of the other accessories. Doesn't really matter, I have all the parts from other engines anyway. I don't know if you'll be able to pick this up, but there's a sound coming from here. And I think it's coming from the transmission, but it's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, it sounds like that's where it's coming from, but couldn't say for sure. But other than that, I guess it's not a horrible car. Needs an oil change, and it's a little loud. For 210,000 miles, it ain't bad. Well, I guess I'll coil up my cord and I'll turn this thing around so next time I have to jump it, it won't be so tough. I won't have to wait for it to charge. And then I'll make the light video and fix that truck, and then we can pull this into the garage and give it an actual looking over and see what else I can find wrong with it. Yeah, I found a magic 8-ball. Let's ask it a question. Will this car last me a long time? Don't count on it. Perfect. Alright, well that's all I needed to know.